Beaupierre's hands were low, and if he's not moving his feet or his head, you got to keep your hands up.
And Steve, if he's not punching, which is basically what Johnny Purcell, a former fighter himself, the trainer of Beaupierre, said, you got to be quicker on the draw here. He got out-punched there down the stretch of round 1 at a very hot pace. Now here comes Beaupierre putting punches together, leading with the overhand right. Beaupierre in the gold stripes, and in the silver stripe is Daniel Eduard, unbeaten. Beaupierre with just a single loss. But he's on a hot streak.
I tell you what, Nick, sometimes you have to be careful what you wish for, because Beaupierre is finding Eduard very easy to hit. As a result, he may get himself into a slugging match prematurely, and I don't think that's a fight he can win.
Why is that, Steve? Questionable power? He gets driven back again with a right.
Well, I think Edward's the stronger fighter, but also Beaupierre has a knockout loss on his record in 1 round to Raheem Brown, who's a top prospect. And Eduard, of course, undefeated. As you know, once you get knocked out once, you're more likely to get knocked out again than not.
I'll give Beaupierre this. He's not letting Eduard beat him to the draw every time. He's jabbing at least with him, and sometimes trying to be first. Warned about trying to wring Eduard's neck. There's Eduard with the double jab, trying to chase down Dorian Beaupierre.
This is a big ring there. It's about, what, 21, 22? You measured it, right? That's to Beaupierre's advantage. If he uses it, right now he's not using it.
You think Beaupierre's, I'm not saying coming unraveled as they trade there, and that left hook landed from Eduard. Beaupierre taking some flush shots. Well, which brings up the question, how much wallop does Eduard have in single shot power? Maybe not much, but this accumulation of blows.
You're right. You have to ask the question, and I know this is a gross generalization, but fighters with the body type of Eduard, kind of heavily muscled, generally are not, Ernie Shavers to the exception, generally are not great punchers.
Good point. Eduard, dangerous as his chin was just hung out to dry there as he missed with that windmill left hook. But Beaupierre not there to capitalize. And he perhaps should try to catch the unrushing Eduard. Just take that little half step back, Steve, and pop him with a counter punch.
Well, he was doing that well in the first round.
Eduard winging those shots, looking wild.
Well, break, take a step back.
Beaupierre is in on the right.
I'll tell you, Beaupierre really drops his gloves when he punches, and sometimes even when he's not punching. That's going to cost him in this fight.
10 seconds, gentlemen. Break. Take a step back.
Steve.